Hi everyone, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last shared any videos. Today I'm going to continue my journey on animals, and we're going to do something a bit more complicated, and it's a leopard. Let's get started. Well, it's actually crowded leopard, which is a wildcat living in the forest from India to South China. Okay, I'm going to start with the head. And then the ears. And then the key features of the face, the forehead, the black area around the nose. And then I'm going to mark slightly where the mouth area is. Well, since I have a lot of ink in my brush, so I'll just continue. This is the nose. Okay. Well, this cat is called clouded leopard, which means that the spots are a little bit of cloudy, so which is great for Chinese watercolor, I think, because then you can use the gradient to illustrate these spots. And I'm going to start from the top with a bit darker, and then the spots are irregular, but smaller spots here. And then this part is along the forehead, there's a bit of darker, right? And if you want, then you can add a little bit of shades here to indicate there are some spots in the ear. Okay, and then that. I'm using the same brush with the same amount of ink left on my brush. And here's the cheek. There's a bit more here. I mentioned it before, the great thing of learning anything these days is that you can find a lot of references online, and you can just capture it and then practice with your sketch to get it right. But I think that back in the old days it's actually harder because it's hard to see still images of any animals, unless it's your domesticated cats or something. Okay, it's darker here. Just put the smaller spots. See, the clouded feature of the spots is great for Chinese calligraphy, I think, Chinese painting. Okay, well, keep your brush pointy for these smaller, finer, rounded dots. So I'm going to paint some here. So there is a bit of like very bubbly blue skin here that you can paint, but I will choose to leave this for now. That's the neck. I'm gonna paint the back area lower than the, and I'm gonna build this up. The great thing about this cat is that the spots are irregular, so it doesn't really matter. And even if you don't follow exactly, then you will still get the essence of the cat's flow here. So I'm gonna add some spots here, darker spots. I'm not gonna paint all the way here because I'm planning to have some leaves to make it more Chinese painting look. So see, as you see, these are the lighter colors. I'm going to use the outline method. I don't think that I've actually demonstrated this before. It's just like painting Western watercolor. Then you use a waterproof pen to create outline of the subject and then fill the color later. So you can achieve this by using just ink, because after it's completely dry, you're not going to cover any color. So I'll show it to you later. And this is not a particular type of plant because this cat lives in the forest and it's just random. If you want to make it more rustic, then you can add some dots as if it's been eaten by bugs. Maybe one here. Make sure that your brush is pointy, and then get some darkening and paint. For the ears, so I'm gonna make my brush like a fan-like brush to paint this. I'm taking some yellow and orange color to paint the eye. Okay, I'm gonna paint the nose with red and a little bit of ink. I'm gonna just fill the nose area. So for painting this type of technique, then you have to take a break sometimes. Get a coffee, come back. We're gonna come back and then paint some color. And I'm mixing some green color with yellow and blue, and then gets a bit of orange color on the tip to paint. Brown color is a mix of orange color and ink. I use a large brush to achieve the gradient. Again, I don't intend to paint the entire leopard or cloudy leopard. It's not a real leopard. If you want to have a bit of shades here, just take some color, add it on now, and I'm going to add a bit more details here. Okay, now I'm using the large brush to paint the large tree branches here. Voila! I'll show you what it looks like. I'll start with the leaves and look at how you achieve that outline by using just the Chinese ink to paint first and then fill color later after it is completely dried. And this is the body, the same thing. These are the darker spots with a bit of clouded gradient achieved from my brush stroke, and these are the lighter color. These are completely dry. This is the wet color. See how this dark color will blend with the tree branches? That's the effects that I want to achieve. With one stroke, then I already get these textures of the wood. And the arm, the eyes. All right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. I'll see you next time.